Driven, RE/MAX Hallmark's real estate show, with your hosts, Johnder, Perez, and Dan Salhany.
So, welcome to a special edition of RE/MAX Hallmark's Driven Real Estate Show, and we're live in person. So yes, we are doing this in Zoom, but my special guest today is right beside me here at our Bayview Village office. So it's my honor to present to you Saeid Bokharaei, who I'm going to be interviewing today. Saeid's been with us at RE/MAX Hallmark, and he's been with RE/MAX for a while. We're going to learn his story. He's achieved the Executive 100% and Platinum Club Awards within RE/MAX. And of course, RE/MAX is a coveted Hall of Fame award. Welcome, Saeid.
Thank you very much. It was an honor to be here and talk to people. And I appreciate the opportunity you gave me to share this with the team.
Absolutely. So we're going to have a conversation with them. And for those of you who are joining us on our Zoom, feel free to type in any questions you have. And on Facebook as well, I'm going to do my best to jump back and forth between screens because my partner, Dan, isn't here today. He's had an appointment to take care of. And that is another reason why we were able to do this live. So Saeid, let's get started.
Sure.
Absolutely. So Saeid, how did you get started in real estate and how long ago was that?
I started in real estate in 2007. I have been in sales for the past 30 years, and 15 years of that is with real estate. That I started in August 2007.
Okay, so what kind of sales were you doing before you got into
I was in flooring for almost 7 years. Then I did windows and doors for another 3 years. And at the beginning, I just did them when I started real estate. I just did them together for the first couple of years. So as of end of 2009, I did real estate full time. So
okay, so 2007 you got licensed. 2009 is when you actually got it to full time.
Full time. I was doing it part time for the first 2 years.
Right, flooring, windows, doors, all related to real estate. So how did you make that jump from selling flooring, windows, doors, all that sort of thing, and then all of a sudden decided, hey, I want to go into real estate?
Well, as I said, I have always been in sales, and then sales is my passion because I like to help people, and it's just my personal passion. The reason I joined real estate because I have been always in sales, and I'm always looking to improve myself. And one of the reason and challenge and I joined real estate because in 2006, I had a bad experience with my agent who purchased a property for me because he did not do the right thing, and lack of advice caused me to buy not a good property that I was stuck for the 10 years. Another reason was I had a very good friend in my flooring business who was a licensed agent, and he encouraged me to also join. And he helped me at the beginning, and then he got out of the real estate business. Now he has his own flooring, but I am just doing the real estate, and he sometimes send me clients, and I also send him the business for flooring he needs. Yeah.
Right. So it's interesting story. You knew somebody, but before that, it was just a bad experience that you said, you know what, I can do better.
Yes.
And you know what, and that's what prompted you within a year to get your real estate license,
yeah.
And then 2 years to jump into it full time because your prior sales experience was also, I guess, commission based, and then you're going into another commission based.
I have always been in commission, no salary.
So it's purely performance based, right? So, Saeid, what did you find was the most challenging aspect of real estate when you were starting out? Because you described here that for 2 years you were doing it part time, and I know that in our industry we usually prefer to have a full-time agent working with us. But of course, there's a lot of realtors out there who get their license, and because of financial commitments, because of family commitments, they tend to start out part-time. So for you, what was that like transitioning from part-time to full-time? And what was your biggest challenge when you were starting in real estate?
Yeah, the biggest challenge in real estate was the way it's done other than any other sales business. Like the other two businesses I used to do, it was just you didn't have to look for clients. The people would come to you and purchase something or make appointment, then you would go to the house and measure and take care of their windows or flooring, right? In real estate, it's different. You have to find people and you have to find business. And that was the most challenging for me because I used to have people coming to me and then buying the product, then I used to sell them. but in real estate, everything was different. And the reason I did it part-time for 2 years, because I needed to build my base of a solid client and then a steady income before I can move. And it took me 2 years, and some of the people I knew in flooring and windows, past clients, they are some of them are my real estate clients, and that would help me. But as of end of 2009, the business was built up that I could not handle it. So, and then I moved to real estate full time.
Right. So you had family commitments, and of course, I mean, raising and growing a family.
Yes.
And of course, you had to pay the bills and
Yes.
be able to financially sustain.
That's right.
And so it's interesting that you point out, because this is in fact one of the biggest challenges of real estate is you've got to basically hunt. You've got to go out and generate leads and identify opportunities to help people in order for you to be able to do that. Whereas the companies you were working for before probably, here's a person who wants to get their flooring done, go and sell them something. Here's the windows, floors, whatever, doors and all that sort of stuff. And so how did you overcome that? Because to do this for 15 years successfully full time, you must have been doing something right. And for many realtors who are just starting out and who may be watching this, or for some of our realtors who have been in the business for a while and are struggling, especially in this market, to identify opportunities, they may need a little bit of guidance in terms of how do they generate enough business to keep going. So how did you do that in the beginning?
It's at the beginning, it was just a learning. I needed to find out how this business is operated and learn about the process of it, and that's why I just did it part-time. And through that, I dedicated myself to learn everything about this business, as well as the time to spend for prospecting and chasing business. Because at the beginning, it was very hard for me, not doing this type of business. So waiting for people to come in. Now I had to go and then approach the people. That was the biggest challenge. But I accepted it, and I wanted to learn this business because I know there is room to grow, and there is a lot of potential here. And because of my bad experience with the agent, I wanted to do a better service and better work for people. So I dedicated a lot of time to learn and a lot of time to prospect, to move to the next level.
Okay, so give us an idea of that, because now you're looking back at it and it's like, oh, you know what, that was pretty easy. I got through it, and now I'm used to doing that. But let's rewind time back to 2007 all the way through to 2009 in terms of transitioning it. And so in real estate sales, of course, you earn a commission. Therefore, you need to have a client. You need to work with them a couple of months or however it takes, and then you've got to wait for that closing to actually happen. So how did you get your first few clients, and then what kind of a marketing and prospecting systems did you have? So, did you send out did you put advertisements out there? Did you send out flyers? Like, give us a little bit of details in terms of what you did do.
Sure. My first deal was for my uncle, because when I was studying for real estate, I told everybody that I am going to be a real estate agent soon. And my uncle was in the market to look for the property. And the first business I got was his purchase, but it took 2.5 months when I bought his property until I get the commission, right? And yes, it's challenging because you have to have money to live on. And it wasn't easy, but for me, I was having a little bit of saving from the past business. And because it was part-time, I was able to just make enough money to survive. But I know some of the deals were even longer closing, and it was more challenging. So what I say is just you have to financially secure yourself, or even you just need to get a little bit of line of credit to keep this business going. Is worth it, because there is a lot of things that you need to do at the beginning in terms of the learning, and then time to spend for client and finding the business. I overcame it because I had a part-time job, and it happened that as soon as I got my license, I had a ready client to act, which was my uncle. But after that, it took a few more months to get the second client, and that's how I did it.
Okay, and so how did you prospect for your like the business moving forward?
It was basically at the beginning, it was more through the friends and family. So when I bought for my uncle, then a couple of his friends were also motivated to buy. So within the next 6 months after that, I did 2 of his friends that he referred to me. And then it has started from there, but I was actively looking for client in terms of prospecting, because my first brokerage, he said, you got to do this, you got to do cold call, you got to do door knock. And he was very pushing everybody to do so.
Right.
But I was afraid. I didn't know what to say, how to say, but I got used to it.
Right.
And then I started some advertising in local paper and picked up a few clients from advertising and through the networking and referral.
Absolutely. So it sounds like you've cast a wide net in terms of the various, and we don't have to go through specifics of it, because if you're in the real estate business, you know that there's different channels to get potential opportunities to help clients. Now, Saeid and I, we interact a lot in the office. So whenever I talk to him, we're always talking about, lead generation systems, what to say, what to do, and all that sort of thing. And in our office meeting this past week, he said something very profound, but we're going to explore a little bit of this bit by bit, because just this morning, from what I heard, you were meeting with one of our hallmarkers, and what were you doing?
We were role playing, we practicing scripts, because I say this, the fundamental of this business is contact and how to say and what to say. Anything else is after technology or advertising or marketing. These are all helping you to grow your business, but you have to make the contact. You have to talk to people. We are in a business of talking and rejection. If these two you can accept it and understanding, you make a lot of money, because and I believe that you have to improve every day. And I had partner for role play on and off. Now I found a good one in this office that we have started a couple of days ago, and we are going to do a lot more, because it seems that we both have the same chemical, the same idea, and we want to get better and better. And as long as you want to just do it and improve yourself, I think you will make it.
Yeah, and it's just a commitment time. So when Saeid and I talk, we're talking about the systems of lead generation. But what I've noticed with him is, not only does he, research, not only do you do research and talk about things and go through things and ideas, but you actually implement these things.
Yeah.
So I see him every single day, and this is how he dresses up every single day. I have yet to see Saeid with no tie on, right? Unlike me, I'm a bit more casual than he is. But that's one thing that I really admire about him, is that you're very systematic, you're very consistent with what you do, and you do a lot of research. So we were talking about, what lead generation systems online work. And so, how do you best find that out? You do experiments and you do a couple of things. And 15 years. So for everybody watching this, 15 years, and he's still practicing and he's still role playing. What does that tell you? Right? We don't know everything completely until we really practice it and we implement it and we go through it on a daily basis. Speaking of it, what you do on a daily basis, Saeid, you're very, of course, you're very busy. You're a top producing realtor. What does your day look like? So from the moment you get up in the morning, you dress up, your full suit and tie, under Max pin, which I totally love it, and up until the point you call it a day. What does your day look like?
Well, I wake up at a certain time every day, and then as soon as I just get out, I drop the kids off, and then when I get to the office, either I go to the farming area and start the door knocking, or coming to the office and start calling, because the morning I just leave it for prospecting, either through the past clients and a sphere of influence, or through the stranger by calling or door knocking, right? That's the first thing I do. Then after that is more like a lead follow-up, setting up appointments. And if there is nothing to do, if I don't have any appointment or anything, I start exploring the ideas or the lead generation system that I was talking to Johnder for the past 2 years. Because I like to explore, I like to research before I commit anything. And I take my time. And that's why, I just try to get better and better in terms of the skills, the knowledge, even the technology and the tools that I have. Not everything we can use at the same time, but whatever works and suits my need, then I will use them and implement them.
And so it sounds like a full packed day. And believe me, because I'm here at the office, Saeid is there every single day. right? And so there's a lot of realtors in the business, and sometimes you're looking for them, like, where are they at the office right now? So somebody who's totally dedicated, totally professional, and totally consistent, and that's pretty much how you execute that. So last week in our office meeting, we're talking about the importance of understanding what's happening in the local market, and the importance of data, and the importance of being able to share that with your clients. I'd like for you to share a glimpse of that. I know it's a bit different because we're now talking about it the second time. And so in an interview, you're bringing it up. It might not have had the same feel to it, but last week, you really talked about the importance of not literally using opinions, but rather directing your clients based on what's actually happening in the marketplace, considering today's times and what we're going through with the rising interest rates, with, demand has decreased based on, year over year comparisons, but there's still very much competitiveness in the marketplace. What importance does a realtor bring to the table in being able to guide their clients to make the right decisions?
Well, the important thing is that you just share with them the numbers and go through the fact and figures, right? Because every local market is different, right? If you listen to public, if you listen to the media, everybody's talking about the real estate is not good, it's not good to buy, it's not good to buy. But the fact I experience is different, right? The market goes up, market goes down, and that should not affect your mindset or your activity, because in any given market, you can make money. And to be honest with you, in a down market, you can make more money than an up market. Because if you reach out to people that need your service and they need to move by yourself, you can give them the service. And one of the biggest thing is that you got to go through the details and show them the numbers. If a seller has been in the market and they say, so why my home is not selling, or why the other home is selling, or all those things, I mean, basically MLS data sheet is all you need. Go through the numbers of days on market, what other homes have sold, what others have not sold. And if you are having a farm area, then you had better go and see every single property in that area that comes into the market, because that gives you an edge over your competitive to share the information. And then if they challenge you about that property, you know what to say, because you have seen it, you can discuss it with them, and you can show them the difference. I mean, the number, as we know, real estate is a number game. That makes a lot of sense, because you do numbers in prospecting, you do numbers in contact, you do the numbers for your client. Everything you do, you are engaged with numbers. And that's how you can make it. Just talk to your client and show them the number. Like yesterday, I talked to one of my buyers, and she said, I'm waiting for the real estate market to bottom out to act. And I asked her, so if you know when the bottom is, let me know, because I'm waiting for it as well. Nobody knows when the bottom out is. The point is, if you have a motivated, serious buyer or sellers, the way you talk, make them act or not act.
Right.
And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and it's just presenting the data and the facts,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So, which is a very practical advice, because you don't have to make anything up, literally, and it's not a matter of just opinion or how you feel. It's, here's in black and white what's going on in the marketplace, and that's what it is. So in our office meeting last week, I was very impressed with the fact that Saeid pretty much said, to a particular seller, here's the decision on why you should do this in terms of pricing, in terms of your strategy, based on the information that's available on the marketplace. So that's really great. So Saeid, there's realtors who are watching this who are new to the business, and some of them are hallmarkers right here. Some of them are experienced, but because of the market challenges that they're facing right now, they might be having a bit of difficulty. What would your advice be to these realtors in today's market?
Basically, you got to do the activities no matter what, right? If the market goes down, then you have to do it twice or 3 times. You have to increase your activities, you have to increase your prospecting hours and everything, right? The bottom line is, don't let that affect your mindset, right? Because in every given market, you got to see the opportunity. When there is an up market, it doesn't take a genius to sell it, because the property is going to fly within a week or a day sometimes, right? But it's in a down market that you have to just be active and proactive to just act. And that comes to the point that you have to just make contact and provide them the service. Give them a reason why they should sell or they should buy. And it's our job to identify their needs and their problem and act accordingly, not to command them. We have to find why they want to sell, what's their motivation, and what's their problem, because some people have to sell. Some people want to sell, but they are not realistic with the price. And some people want to buy, but they are not realistic with their offer, right? So it's our job to just show them the number and qualify them. And then decide who is ready to work with you, who is not ready to work at this time. And if they are not ready, just keep them in your database and keep in touch with them and follow up with them until the time comes, because it's gonna take time for somebody from the time you meet them until the time you earn their business. And for me, I have had clients that has taken over 7 or 8 years before I can earn their business, because they have to be prepared. They have to go through some conditions and get there. Some of them, they had to wait for the kids to go to high school before they move out of the area. If you listen to them and then find out, then you can give them the solution accordingly.
Right. So the true professional comes down, from what I heard, the true professional comes out in a down market, because anybody can sell in an up market, let's face it. And it was very easy for a lot of people in a lot of realtors. But this market that you're in right now is, if you're starting out, congratulations, you picked the best time to start, because you're really going to be put through like the challenges and the tests of being able to survive and thrive in this marketplace. So Saeid, this has been a fantastic conversation. We learned a lot about how to build up a real estate business, a little bit about your personal journey in the business as well. Last but definitely not the least, what would you say is the reason for your success, and what's the secret to your success in the real estate business?
Well, the dedication is because I'm a very loyal person, very dedicated. If I want to do something, I'll try to learn it the best to my ability, right? You know, sometimes my best is not somebody else's best, but as long as I am happy with my performance and see the result, that matters. I mean, you gotta be prepared to accept the challenge and adapt to the change and dedicate yourself to the business and to the people you are giving them the service, as well as the environment you are working with. Office makes a big difference, and the attitude is the most important thing, right? You can have the right skills, but the wrong attitude is going to kill your business. Or if you don't have the skill, but the right attitude will earn you the business, and that's what matters. So have a positive attitude, and then try to help people, because and then be dedicated. Spend time, go out, do the activities, and focus on the activities, not the result, because a lot of people want to get the result quickly.
Fantastic.
If you are looking for quick money, you are in the wrong business, because real estate is going to take time.
Fantastic.
It's going to take time to build, and relationship is the most important thing. Build the relationship, and that earns you the money. Other than that, it's not going to work.
Fantastic advice. I mean, giving basically well-rounded, right? So having the dedication, being committed to this. This is a business that you've got to continuously learn and evolve and to grow. And to be able to do that, you've got to pour yourself into it, which is what Saeid has done for the past 15 years. So thank you so much, Saeid, for joining us today on Driven. And I'm going to quickly check to see if we have any questions on Facebook or Zoom. So Nazar said, hi Saeid, can I join you in role play? So Nazar wants to join you in the role play.
Sure.
Yeah. So as long as you're committed, Nazar, and you're coming here to the Bayview Village office, I guess this is the venue for your role play, and you're more than welcome to. Let's check our networking groups within Hallmark to see if there's any questions for you. We had quite a number of guests who have joined in on the live stream as well. So we're just going to make sure that their questions are answered. On Zoom, if you have any questions for Saeid before we wrap up today, feel free to ask. So Tammy, fantastic. Thanks for the comment and thanks for the support. And let's see in Ottawa if we have any questions. Oh, we're good to go there. as well. So fantastic. Thank you so much for those of you who have joined us. We're trying this live yet on Zoom sessions, so live with our guests, but on Zoom for all of you. Maybe one day we'll be able to record or live broadcast a session with some of you joining us at at our training center or any of our Remax Hallmark offices. So thank you so much, Saeid, for joining us. Why don't you tell us, your website, phone number, and we'll put it into the show description. Whether you're listening to this on a podcast or YouTube, you'll see Saeid's contact information so that you can get referrals for here in Toronto.
Sure. Yeah, my number is 416-618-1698, and my website is www.saeidbokharaei.com.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Saeid, and thank you so much for all of you for joining us.
Thank you, John.
Take care. Have a good one.